Good evening, dear ones. We take time tonight to be present to the sense of loss or sadness we may be feeling at this time, the missing of loved ones in our homes, in our lives, the pain of a difficult transition, the hurt caused when we are separated by distance, whether that be of geography or of common understanding. Some of us here tonight are actively experiencing grief, and all of us are here to support one another with our presence, for it is in our gathering that we make this time holy.
Joy and grief, health and sickness, light and darkness, peace and anger, life and death, wholeness and brokenness. We each bring all of these here to this sanctuary of unity and diversity for this 1 hour of this one day, and pour them out, commingling the oils of our lives to become the flames of this chalice, the symbol of our shared living faith.
Grief is a river you wade in until you get to the other side. But I am here, stuck in the middle, water parting around my ankles, moving downstream over the flat rocks. I am not able to lift a foot, move on. Instead, I'm going to stay here in the shallows with my sorrow, nurture it like a cranky baby, rock it in my arms. I don't want it to grow up, go to school, get married. It's mine. Yes, the October sunlight wraps me in its yellow shawl, and the air is sweet as a golden tokay. On the other side, there are apples, grapes, walnuts, and the rocks are warm from the sun. But I'm going to stand here, growing colder, until every inch of my skin is numb. I can't cross over. Then you will really be gone.
A blessing for the man who asks me why bad things happen to good people. While riding their horses, the men debate God's needs, God's ego, God's personality, the love language of the great I am. Are you telling me, one says to the other, I could hit you over your head, steal your horse, your saddle, ride away and still go to heaven? To which the other man replied, but why would this thought ever cross your mind? Days after our son died, my wife, still thick with milk, refused my need to know. We are, she reminded me, people to whom bad things can happen. If not us, who would we choose? They say the book of Job was written twice. Once after his world shattered, his wife gone, his 7 sons, his 3 daughters, stolen behind the locked door of death. Book 1 ends with his friends circling around, ripping their clothes as if his grief was their own. His grief was their own, the end. But someone could not let that be. So they burned away the conclusion of companionship, the holy tasks of witnessing, the ferocity of grief that simply is, and wrote like cursive as if the last letters had always been connected to the next and changed God's word from what next to why. And what if I refused this punishment? The lost child, the brain tumor, the house that was swept down its road by a river that fell from the sky. What if I let it be terror and torturous and an agony unbearable, except that somehow we do bear it, except that somehow we do? What if I let that be and refuse all else, punishment and judgment, retribution and some sacred threat of past life. Wasn't the first arrow that pierced the heart enough to blame? Job's wife and children are dead, my child too. We are waiting, and we want to know. We want to know what we have done to deserve this thievery. We want to know why, beloved sweet soul. Why would this thought ever cross your mind?
There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Sometimes I feel discouraged. I think my life's in vain. Then the Holy Spirit revives my soul again. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul. Sometimes we feel discouraged. We think our work's in vain. Those who've gone before us revives our heart again. There is a balm in Gilead to make the wounded whole. There is a balm in Gilead to heal the sin-sick soul.
I admit I'm keenly aware of the flaws of those I remember. I have underlined their shortcomings. I have nursed wounds. I have chosen what to remember and what to ignore. I resist letting go of resentment. I not only get power from judging you harshly, I fear that without it, my memory of you will grow dim. I've rushed to token forgiveness, convincing myself that it's real, hiding my true feelings, while taking refuge in familiar pains. Even when I take tiny steps to forgive, I expect to be rewarded, as if each step is a noble gesture. I pray, let painful memories be healed, but never denied. Let me overcome my desire to use memory as a form of vengeance against the dead. Let the pain of memory never be used as an excuse not to find gratitude, nor gratitude an excuse not to see you clearly, nor seeing you clearly an excuse not to forgive. I do not insist that your memory be a blessing. I let go of any and all demands that the past be different, or that you atone from your grave.
I hold my face in my two hands. No, I am not crying. I hold my face in my two hands to keep the loneliness warm. Two hands protecting, two hands nourishing, two hands preventing my soul from leaving me in anger.
The sound of rain, not cheerful songs. A quiet rocking chair, not traditions of the season. The early sunset, not dancing lights. Lost, tender heart, hollow soul, heavy days. Grief is welcome, a sacred part of the mourning, of the bereft, of the weeping. Amidst the celebrating, this too belongs. This too is holy. It binds us to our ancestors, the earth, the stars. Yet still, a steaming mug of tea warms the belly, the dog wags its tail, and the cat purrs. There are laughter and tears, sometimes both, beside the joy. This too belongs. Sharing human suffering is connection. Hearts like stones are held by all that is, grief and light intertwined. This too belongs.
I
The holiest of all holidays are those kept by ourselves in silence and apart. The secret anniversaries of the heart, when the full river of feeling overflows. The happiest are the happy days unclouded to their close. The sudden joys that out of the darkness start as flames from ashes, swift desires that dart like swallows singing down each wind that blows. White as the gleam of a receding sail, white as a cloud that floats and fades in the air, white as the whitest lily on a stream. These tender memories are a fairy tale of some enchanted land we know not where, but lovely as the landscape in a dream.
The poem that Lauren just read and the next hymn we will sing together are by Unitarian poet Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He wrote the hymn in 1863 as he struggled with grief and loss amidst the joys of the season. 2.5 years earlier, his wife Fanny was near an open window, placing locks of their daughter's hair in a packet using hot sealing wax to secure it. It was never known whether a spark from a match or the sealing wax was the cause, but suddenly her dress caught fire and she was engulfed in flames. Longfellow, sleeping in the next room, was awakened by her screams and dashed in to rescue her. She died, and his burns were so severe he could not attend the funeral. That Christmas, he wrote in his journal, "How inexpressibly sad are all holidays." And the following year, Christmas of 1862, his journal entry, "A Merry Christmas, say the children, but that is no more for me." It was in the spring of 1863 that his son, Charlie, the oldest of his children, ran away to fight for the Union in the Civil War. Just months later, while in camp, he contracted typhoid. His father rushed to nurse him, and Charlie was sent home on medical leave. He missed the Battle of Gettysburg. We'll never know, but that disease might have saved his life. A month later, he re-enlisted in the Army and left again. Longfellow, the widowed father of 6 children, 5 living, his daughter Fanny had died as an infant in 1848, received a letter the first day of December saying that his son had been seriously injured in a skirmish and that any day now he might be paralyzed. Longfellow wrote the poem, "I heard the bells on Christmas Day," as a way to wrestle with his personal sadness, his concern about a raging war that had torn other hearts as much as his own, and the cognitive dissonance between the bells of joy and the personal agony he felt. And in despair, I bowed my head. "There is no peace on earth," I said, "for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men." His journal remained blank on Christmas that year. Later set to music by Englishman John Calkin, this hymn is for all of us who are sitting with grief and loss this holiday season. Amid his pain, Longfellow reminded himself of hope. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. We can't answer where each of us might find hope this holiday season. That is our own to reflect upon and seek. We can, however, take comfort that in this moment, we are not alone. We'll join together now in hymn number 240. I heard the bells on Christmas Day.
We will light candles this Christmas. Candles of joy despite all sadness, candles of hope when despair keeps watch. Candles of courage for fears ever present, candles of peace for tempest-tossed days. Candles of grace to ease heavy burdens, candles of love to inspire all my living, candles that will burn all year long. We invite you to kindle flames of remembrance or acknowledgement of the losses you are holding, in honor of a beloved one, and prayers of peace and comfort for all those among us. We also invite you to place a stone or more in our weeping bowl to acknowledge grief, mourning, and allow one another the gift of being tearful together. And we invite our friends joining us on Zoom to light a candle with us as well. Please come forward as we begin this ritual of care.
Blessed Earth Mother, we are grateful for your presence as you walk down this path of life with us. While we may feel a number of emotions at the loss of a loved one during this time, anger, sadness, relief, loneliness, we are grateful that you continue to walk with us, even when we are angry with you for that loss. May your presence continue to be a beacon of light, comfort, and warmth for us as we navigate losses and pains, both old and new, during this season. May we feel loved and supported by you. But this journey of grief and loss is not one that we travel with you alone, Blessed Earth Mother. We travel it with others who mourn as well. Sometimes it is for the same loss. Sometimes it is for a different one. But the grief and the loss are there, and the heart aches for those no longer with us. Be there for not only just us, but for those that are also experiencing that heartache. For those of us that are traveling this journey together here tonight, may we find strength, and may we be that strength for one another. For it is with the help of community that we are able to get through this. While the ache and loss never truly go away, it is through the help that we are able to give each other, the strength that we give each other, the company and the listening ear that we give to each other, that helps make those feelings of anger, sadness, and loneliness seem bearable. And hopefully, it allows us to not feel alone. Be gentle with yourselves and with each other, and may the warmth of love and compassion envelop you today and every day. Blessed be, and amen.
And please join in the responsive reading in your order of service. Yours are the words in bold. We cry out in grief at the suffering we see. Preventable suffering, yet it continues on and on. When we feel overwhelmed, we gather to find a path, to find new ways forward. When we feel overwhelmed, we know that to our right and to our left are the faces of caring, faces of companionship. Joining together, we find our refuge, we find our strength, we find our wisdom, we find our way forward.
For you who have gone on. First, always first, I miss you. This is and will always be part of my love for you, to mourn your absence and wish to see you, to hug you, to laugh with you and confide in you and share life breath, heartbeat, and feel my hand in your warm hand again.
After the grief comes gratitude for all that you brought into my life, if only briefly. I am grateful for your wisdom, your honesty, for the way you could always see me and know my heart. Even when I was confused, you remained sure of me. Even when I felt unworthy or afraid, you drew me to your heart. You knew we were kin. Even now, we are always, always family.
After the gratitude comes determination to remember, to carry forward the best of you, to offer others the love, respect, and holy connection that you showed me. I must embody your work and my own, for you have become an ancestor, and you have become part of the sacred trust that I have been called on to carry on until my own time is done.
You have gone on, but you are also here still within me. Yes, also in the sacred moments of endarkening, the moment when the stars become visible again, though they were always there. You are here, even in my flesh, which you never disparaged, never valued less than my mind or heart or the sacred seat of mystery that is my soul. You are gone, but you are also here, and your love sustains me even now. I miss you, beloved, and I am grateful, and I am determined to carry on.
We do not choose when tragedy occurs, nor where, nor what feelings are brought to the surface as we handle this challenge. In this heartbreak, what we carry forth is our humanity in newly revealed form, our hearts tender and delicate. Within this complex, hard time, may your heart be cradled in the balance to strengthen and resolve, and hold fast to the seed of tenderness that allows for the experience of love.
May you be comforted. May you be comforted in being human, while knowing in its very essence, being human is very difficult. Know that you are not alone. Let us heal and balance together. May you find solace here in the collective human experience and regeneration of affection. May community hold, tend, and comfort you in love.
And we'll join together now in our closing hymn, number 101, Abide with Me.
Soul
To thank our Pastoral Associates for the compassionate caregiving they provide to the members and friends of UU Princeton all year through. Our gratitude to you for the pastoral and practical support you provide to our community. If you're in need of support, you can talk to any of our readers tonight. And we also thank our music ministry and our clergy team for their presence with us tonight. It's a joy and a privilege to minister with all of you. After our benediction, we invite you to stay seated for our postlude. And on your way out of Channing Hall, our Pastoral Associates have a gift, a poinsettia for you. May it serve as a reminder of our care and love. A wisp of smoke rises from an extinguished candle. When the candle dims, the wax almost spent, the light turns amber like a sunset. Still, it provides light. Still, it provides heat. Still, it can kindle new flame and pass its glow on and contribute to new illumination. When sunsets turn to new days, when seasons transform all, when the candle dims, all is not lost. Hope continues uncertain and true, like candlelight, ready to spark again. All is not lost.